Good morning, everyone. My name is Natalie with Imago J Yoga. I'm excited to be teaching yoga this morning. If this is your first time joining me, whether it is live or later on, this is an all levels vinyasa flow. So pay attention to your bodies as we go through it because everyone's going to be at a different level. And I try to instruct keeping everybody in mind, including those more advanced as well as those at the beginner level. But you're going to need to really hone in on the body. If something starts to hurt, yoga shouldn't really hurt. So if it starts to hurt, you want to gently pull out of that and safely get into a position that feels more comfortable. And that's especially true for stretching. So be careful with that. And make sure you have a good grip. Like yoga mats are great. Some yoga mats are a little bit slippery, so just pay attention. Make sure you've got a grip, especially when you're like in down dog or somewhere else where you need to be more stable as we go through this. And also, if you are joining again live or later, I would really appreciate it if you'd hit that like button and subscribe. That helps me out a lot. I'm wanting to create more content for this channel, but especially I want to make content that that you enjoy. So if you could also leave a comment below saying what you liked, what you want to see in the future, that helps me a ton. So let's go ahead and get started. Find your way to your yoga mat, and I'll find my way to mine. Okay. Had focus issues last time, so let me check on that. Okay, good. All right. So get comfortable on your mat and shut down the eyes. And start by taking a few deep inhale, exhale breaths, taking air into the body in through the nose, into the chest and stomach, and then pushing the air out gently. Do that again. Big inhale. Feel the air come in. Exhale, let it go. Another big inhale. Take your time, go slow with this inhale, really filling up the lungs, kind of feeling the pressure of the air, and then slowly forcing it out, open mouth. One more time like that, big inhale into the heart. Exhale gently. Try to take your time. With the next inhale, take the arms up overhead. Get a stretch, reaching up. And then exhale, you're going to put one arm down and lean over to the side, getting a side body stretch. And inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, go the other direction. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, fold over the legs. Take a breath in that fold. And inhale it back up. Exhale, let it go. If it feels okay, switch the cross of your legs. Shut down the eyes again. Big inhale, bring that air in. Exhale it out. Again, deep inhale, feel the air come up into the skull, down the throat, into the lungs. Push the chest out. Exhale, feel the air leave. One more time, big inhale. Take your time with it, feeling the air, paying attention to it as it comes in. And exhaling it out. Next, inhale, take the arms up, palms together, stretching up tall. And then we're twisting to one side, so take the right arm to left knee, left arm behind you, look over the shoulder, twisting. You can exhale the breath out. Inhale to stretch up a little bit. And then exhale, try to go a little bit deeper. And then next inhale, bring it back to center, stretching up. And then exhale, twisting the other direction. Take an inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist deeper. Next, inhale, bring it back up to center. Stretch it up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Take a breath. Next, inhale, bringing yourself back up. And we'll switch over into the tabletop pose. Getting ready for cat and cow. Hands directly under shoulders, knees directly under hips. Inhaling to drop the stomach. Lift the chest, looking up. Exhale to arch the back, pushing the pelvis in, looking back toward the thighs. Do that again. Big inhale, dropping the stomach and lifting the chest, looking up at the head. Exhale, arching the spine, pulling the pelvis in, looking back toward the thighs. You can go at your own breath and own pace, and remembering to inhale when you drop the stomach and exhale to arch the back. Just try to feel out that spine, warming it up gently. And practicing matching the breath to your movement. Do a few more. And slowly find your way into neutral spine, tabletop. You're going to take their hands, one hand out actually, just take one hand out. You can start with the left side, reaching out, and then take the right arm and thread it underneath the left arm, bringing the shoulder to the mat. Getting a twist, head is on the mat. You can stretch the left arm out. You should feel the stretch on your shoulder as well as a twist in the spine. If it's too much, you can pull up out of it a little bit or return to tabletop. And slowly come back up, coming into tabletop pose. And you'll take the right arm out, and then take the left arm and thread it underneath the right. Laying down the shoulder on this side, finding a little stretch and a twist. Keep breathing. And slowly start to find your way back up into the tabletop pose. This time we're going to take that left arm out, pinky side down, and right leg up and back. Foot flex, pause here. And then with an exhale breath, bring elbow and knee to center, exhaling out. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch to center. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch to center. Inhale, extend. Pause again. You can stay right here, or if it feels okay, bend that back knee and reach back for your foot with your hand. Pause there. Just take a quick breath. And release it out with an inhale, stretching out. And drop the right arm down, or left arm down, and the right knee down. We're going to switch to the other side. So right arm out, pinky side down. Left leg out and back. Lifting it up off the ground if that feels okay. Pause. And then with your next exhale breath, bring elbow and knee to center. Inhale, extend. Exhale, center. Inhale, extend. One more time. Exhale to center. Inhale, extend. Pause here in extension. And if it feels all right, bend that back knee. Reach back with your hand. Try to grab the foot. Take a quick breath. And then next inhale, extend your arm out and the leg out. Then right arm comes down, the left leg comes down. Walk the hands out in front of you and drop the chest down, pressing your palms into the mat. You're looking for a shoulder stretch, as well as trying to reach the chest towards the mat, feeling length in the spine. Keep breathing. Focus your breath to any tension you're feeling. Then we're going to roll back into child's pose, big toes together, knees apart, hips roll back toward the ankles, body sinks down, and you can leave your arms out or wrap them around you, either one is fine. We'll take a few more breaths. Inhaling, feeling the air. This time try to focus the air as it goes down the back. Try to take it to the lower back. Exhale it out. Keep taking deep, purposeful breaths. And letting it go. Couple more breaths. Now start to take the arms out, pressing into the mat. And then with the next inhale breath, you're going to come forward into a plank pose. And pause here for a second, finding a good plank posture. The middle finger should be pointed toward the front of the mat. The elbows, when you bend them, should come near the ribcage. And once you're set, push the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Hips going up and high, pushing you backwards. Stomach lifting you up. Hips and thighs lifting you up and back. Neck is loose, looking back towards your thighs. If you want to walk the dog to gently work out the hamstrings, you can by bending one knee and then the other. But be careful, be gentle. Don't overstretch. If you need to, maybe focus more on the lift to try to get out of your wrists. Not too much pressure on the wrists if you can help it. Keep breathing. And then start to bend the knees. Look forward, hopper step to the front of the mat. Forward fold, knees are bent, stomach connected to the thighs and neck loose. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, bring it up. Get a stretch. Palms together, down to heart center. Let's find mountain. Feet are grounding down into the mat. You're lifting up, so you should feel it through the thighs as it lifts. Pelvis maybe tilted forward just a little bit. Stomach sucking in, chest lifting up. Shoulders down and back. Crown of the head reaching for the ceiling. Big inhale, grow taller. Exhale, ground down. Do that again. Big inhale. And exhale, breath. Next, inhale, take the arms up, give a stretch. Exhale, forward fold. Again, knees bent, stomach connected to the thighs. Check in on the neck, maybe shake it no, or nod it yes. You should be looking back at your knees, your legs. And you can try to lift up the hips to get more of a stretch if you can, but be careful, you should be feeling it on the back of the thighs, the hamstrings. But you should not be feeling it in the lower back. The lower back should be feeling release because the knees are bent. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, bring it back up again. Coming all the way up into mountain, getting that stretch. Palms together and down to heart center. Start to ground down into the earth again. Feeling the lift through the rest of the body. Big inhale, raising yourself up. And exhale, grounding down. And then next inhale, take it up. Exhale, forward fold, plant the hands, step it into the plank. And once you're there, chaturanga, lower it down. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale it back, downward facing dog. Tailbone lifting you up and back.
Chest trying to reach for the thighs, neck loose. Maybe knees bent here, maybe you're high on your toes. If the hamstrings are starting to release, you can start to sink the heels toward the mat. But be careful. Again, don't overstretch. Keep breathing. Couple more breaths. Focusing on the posture. Trying to find that lift. And then start to bend the knees. Look forward, hop a step to the front of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, bring it up. Get that stretch. Palms together and down to heart center. Take a breath, finding your mountain, lifting up. Exhale, grounding down. One more time, big inhale. And exhale, breath. And take the feet about hips width distance apart, not too wide. And inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. And you'll want to bend the knees a little bit here as well. Still trying to find that stomach to thigh connection. If you're really bendy, maybe your knees aren't bent, but be wary that the back is released. You're not straining it. And while you're here, there's a couple options you can do. You could grab opposite elbows and maybe sway side to side if that feels okay, or don't if it doesn't. Or maybe you'll walk your hands to one side, getting a little twist, and walk it back, and twist the other way. You did that. Make sure your back at center before you inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, lowering. Inhale, bring it up. Bring the feet back together, palms together, heart center. Find your mountain. Inhale, grow taller. Exhale, ground down. And inhale, arms up. Get that stretch. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, step it into plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale it back, downward facing. Hips pushing up and back, chest reaching for the thighs. Head also looking back to the thighs. Still always gentle on the hamstrings. Maybe they're loosening up, but just pay attention to the body. Let the hamstrings tell you where to take them. Few breaths, keep breathing. The next inhale, take the right leg up and back to three-legged dog. You want to bend the knee to open up the hip, you can. Pointing the knee toward the ceiling, and then exhale, try to bring that knee in towards the right elbow as best as you can. Inhale, take it back up. And then exhale, we're going to cross it under the body, try to find the other elbow. Inhale, take it back up. And then you can either return to down dog, or we're going to do it again. Exhale to bring that knee in towards the right elbow. Inhaling to take it back up. Exhaling to cross it under the body for the left elbow. Inhale, back up. Exhale, put it down, take a big breath. And now we're going to do the other side. Inhale, lift the left leg up and back, three-legged dog. If you want to bend the knee and open up the hip, you can, pointing the knee toward the ceiling. And then with an exhale, try to bring that left knee to left elbow. Inhale, take it back up. Exhale, cross it under the body. Inhale, take it back up. And then optional again to do it again. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, back up. Exhale, cross it under the body. Inhale, take it back up. Exhale, put it back down, big breath. Then bend the knees, look forward, hop or step to the front of the mat, forward fold. Knees bent. Inhale, lift it up halfway. Exhale, take it back down. Inhale, raise yourself up. Reaching up, stretching up, and palms together down to heart center. Take a big inhale, exhale breath in your mountain. Take a moment to focus. Big inhale. And exhale breath. Do that again, taking the breath to any tension, whether it's mental or emotional or physical, and letting it go. Do that 2 more times. Big inhale to that same spot. Exhale, release. 1 more big targeted breath. Exhale, let it go. The next inhale, take the arms up. This time we'll have a seat into chair, bending the knees, keeping the chest lifted, arms lifted. Maybe tuck the tailbone just a little bit as you sink down into your chair. Keep breathing, couple more breaths. Really warming up the legs. And then next inhale, lift it up, push the hips forward, lift the chest, get a back bend. Then exhale, forward fold, finding the forward fold with the stomach connected to your thighs. We'll pause here. Maybe if you want to wrap your arms around your legs, you can. Optional though. Make sure the neck is loose. Again, shaking it and nodding it. Then with the next inhale, you'll come up halfway. Exhale to take it back down. Inhale to get that stretch, reaching up. And then exhale, forward folding, planting the hands, stepping it into your plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale it back. Downward facing dog. And breathe. Finding that lift, pushing you up and back. Chest still reaching for her thighs. Neck looking back to the thighs so there's no tension in the neck. Being wary of the hamstrings. Do another big breath. And we're going to try to do some flipping around if you want to do that. It's kind of fun. If it's a little too hard, you can always return right to down dog. Keep working on your posture here, but if it feels all right, take the right leg up and back for 3-legged dog. Then you're going to bend the knee to open up that hip, pointing the knee toward the ceiling. And then if you want, slowly try to step that leg back behind you, very close to the left foot. And then if it's all right, still take the right arm up, coming in to a flipped dog. Then if you came here, we're going to flip around the other way. So you're going to take your hand back down to the mat. And then your right leg's going to come back up. And then cross under the body. This time extending out. And this time you'll take the left arm up. Coming into wild thing. If you're able to do that, bring your arm back down, take your leg back up, and set it back down. And then let's go through a quick flow to reset. So bend the knees, look forward, hop or step to the front of the mat. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, bring it up. Stretch it up. Palms together, down to heart center. Take a couple breaths, grounding down and lifting up. Do that again, big inhale. And exhale, breath. Then next, inhale, your arms come back up. We're gonna have a seat in our chair, just briefly bending the knees, lifting the chest, lifting the arms, gaze is out in front of you. Just a couple breaths. Then inhale, lift it up, push hips forward, lift the chest back, bend. Exhale, forward fold.
Knees bent, neck loose. Take a breath. And at the next inhale, you'll come up halfway.
And exhale, lower, just go and plant the hands, step it into your plank. And lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale it back, downward facing.
Take a breath. And then we're going to do the other side. And please respect your body. If something doesn't feel right on this side, don't do it. If you want to try this side, something you didn't do on the other, you can do that. That's totally fine. If you're uncomfortable with either option, just stay right in down dog and keep focusing on your posture and your breath. Now, if you're ready, inhale, take the left leg up and back for three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open up the hip, pointing the knee toward the ceiling. And then if you're ready, take that left leg back behind you, close to the right leg, about hips width distance. And then take your left arm up and around, coming in to the reverse dog on this side, or flip dog. And then if you're ready, we're gonna flip the other way. So bring your arm down, take the left leg back up, and this time cross it under the body, finding wild thing on this side. Right arm coming up this time, if it feels all right to do so. If it doesn't, you're just starting out, you can keep the arm planted. Totally up to you. And then if you did that, bring that arm down, take the left leg up and back in three-legged, place it back down, take a breath. And then let's flow through some of our poses here. Bend the knees, look forward, hop or step back to the front of the mat. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, bring it up. Get that stretch. Palms together, down to heart center. Big inhale. Exhale. Do that again. Breathe into that heart center. Exhale, let it go. One more time, big breath. Exhale, release. Then inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, have a seat into chair. Be here just a little bit longer this time. Keep breathing. Couple breaths right here. And bring the palms together and back down to heart center. I'm going to hinge forward just a little bit deeper, and then you're going to twist. Now, a lot of people like to hook their elbow onto the knee, and that's fine. You can also expand. That gives you a little bit more leverage. Just hold this for a second if it's okay. Again, if something doesn't feel good, you have your own permission to come out of it. You don't need mine. And bring it back to center. And go the opposite direction. Again, expanding the arms if that feels all right. Getting a little more leverage. Then bring it back to center. Bring the palms down to the ground. Lift the hips up, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, bring it up. Big stretch. Palms together, down to heart center. Breathe. Take another big inhale into the heart. Or wherever you need that breath, and exhale it out. One more time, target that breath to wherever you need it to go. Big, big inhale. And exhale. And inhale, lift the arms up. Get that stretch. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands. Step it back to plank. Lower it down, chaturanga.
Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale it back.
Downward facing dog. And breathe. Keep working on that lift in your down dog. Focusing on posture and breath. One more big, deep inhale and exhale. Then on the next inhale, you're going to take the right leg up and back, the three-legged dog. And then bend the knee in towards the nose as fast as you can, and then try to step it through for a low lunge. You may not reach it, if so, just grab the foot and try to wiggle it up between the hands until you find your low lunge. Once you've got your low lunge, you're going to plant the left arm down, take the right arm up, give a twist, and then bring that arm back down. Check on your stance, make sure it's nice and wide, like to the corners of the mat almost, if you can. And then inhale, bring yourself up. The back heel should be off the ground, hips squared to the front as you come up into a crescent lunge. Keep breathing. Big inhale, exhale breaths as you work those leg muscles. And lift yourself up through the torso. Then we're going to open it up, warrior two. To do that, you'll just pivot the back heel down. Stance coming into a bit of an L shape. Front knee bent, back leg straight. Body opened up to the side, arms extended. Gaze is over the middle finger. Breathe. Then you'll flip that front palm, reverse the warrior, taking the palm up and back, getting stretch. And then you're going to come back forward through warrior two. And then into side angle, dropping the front arm down. You can brace it on the leg if you want to keep the body from dumping too far forward. Back arm comes down and up. And you can stay right here if this feels good, or if you want to try for that bind, top arm comes back behind the back. Bottom arm reaches underneath, and you try to grab your hands. If you can't, that's okay. The reach still counts. Just be careful. If it feels good, keep trying. If it doesn't feel so great, don't do it. Then you can release, stretching the arms up and carefully bringing the body up back into warrior two. Flip that palm again, reverse your warrior, this time straighten the front knee, go back deeper, and then hinge forward, finding your way to triangle, hips popping back behind you, body hinging forward, finding the stretch on the inner thigh. Core is still keeping you lifted so you're not fully dumping into the front. And lift yourself up, parallel the feet, maybe stretch up a little higher, and then exhale, forward fold, coming into a big straddle fold. And take a few breaths, just trying to reach the crown of the head towards the floor. You can keep the hands right underneath you, or maybe walk them back behind you. That's optional. If you reach your hands back behind you, bring the back underneath the shoulders. You're going to bend one knee and lean over to one side, stretching this direction. And then bring it back to center and go the other direction. And bring it back to center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, stretch it up. You can bring the feet in just a little bit if you want to as we find our way into goddess. Feet are now pointed to the corners of the room as you bend the knees down. Then arms kind of goalpost, pulling the shoulder blades together to open up the chest. Body sinking down low. If you want a little extra challenge, you can come up on one foot, the tops of the toes on one and then the other. Again, totally optional. Keep breathing. Then place the heels down if you came up on the toes. Stretch it up, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Take a breath. And inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, lower, walk the hands to the front of the mat. Finding that low lunge. You can stay right here for a second, take a breath. You might feel a little bit of stretch on the thighs, maybe the hips. Then when you're ready, you're gonna bring that back foot up to meet the front, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, bring it up. Stretch up. Palms together. Down to heart center, ground down, find that mountain. Inhaling to lift. Exhaling to ground. Do that again, big inhale. And exhale. Next inhale, hands come up. Maybe get it back, but this time pushing it forward, lifting the chest, reaching. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, go ahead and plant the hands, step it into plank. And lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale it back, downward facing. Again, hips pushing up and back, trying to find that lift to take you off of the wrists and the hands. Chest reaching for the thighs, feeling a little stretch on the shoulders maybe. Maybe the hamstrings are starting to get loose. So you reach them a little bit closer to the mat. But if not, that's okay, respect your body. Then we're gonna do the left side, so inhale the left leg up and back for three-legged dog. Bend that knee in towards the nose as best you can, try to step it through for that low lunge. Using your hand to help walk the foot up between the hands if it doesn't quite make it. And pause here. And when you're ready, you're gonna take the right hand, plant it down. Inhale, take the left arm up, get that twist. And then bring the hand back down. Check the stance, make sure it's nice and wide back. Heel is up off the ground, hips squared already towards the mat, the front of the mat. Inhaling, lifting up into our crescent lunge. Legs very active here. Body's lifting up. Keep breathing. And we're going to open up into warrior two. Pivoting that back heel down, finding that L-shaped stance. Front knee bent, arms out to the side, body open up to the side. Gaze over the middle finger. Warrior two. You go ahead and flip that front palm. Reverse your warrior, taking the arm up and back. Getting a side stretch. Then bring it back through warrior two. And then down into our side angle. Front arm dropping towards the knee, back arm coming around and up. And then if you want the bind, you can, taking the top arm back behind the back, bottom arm reaching up underneath, trying to find the hand. Take a breath. And you can release, bring the body up back into warrior two. Flip that palm, reverse the warrior, straighten the front knee, try to go back a little bit deeper. And then hinge forward, coming in to the triangle, hips popping back out behind you as the body hinges forward. Core still keeping you lifted so you're not dumping too far forward. Stretch, and you're searching for that stretch on the thigh, so the hip pop is going to help you find that. And maybe right here on top of the hip too. So I'm feeling it today. Then you're going to lift yourself up, parallel the feet, stretch up higher. Then we'll briefly find strong fold on this side. Crown of the head reaching for the floor. Take a breath. Then bend one knee, walk over to one side with the hands. And come back through center, bend the other knee, walk the hands over the other side. And come back through center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale or inhale, bring it up. We're going to find goddess on this side. So if you want to bring the feet in a little, you can, making sure the toes are pointed out to the corners of the room. As you sink down into goddess, this time take your arms out to a T, and then reach back behind you. If you can grab your hands, great. If not, you can fist bump or just reach, trying to pull the shoulder blades together to open up the chest, open up that heart. You look up, staying low in your squat. And then release, bringing yourself up, releasing the hands, stretching up, pushing the hips forward, lifting the chest back, bend. Exhale, forward fold. Walk the hands back to the front of the mat, pausing in our low lunge, just for a breath or two. Then bring that back foot up to meet the front, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, all the way up. Get that stretch. Palms together and down to heart center. Take a deep breath. Grounding down into the earth. Lifting with your inhale, feeling the muscles through the thighs, the stomach, the chest. Shoulder blades are down and back. Focus on the posture and your breath. Taking this moment to again take the air to wherever you feel the tension or the tiredness. And releasing it out. One more time, target that breath. Feel the lift and the grounding with the exhale. And next inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Again, knees bent, neck loose. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step it into plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale it back, downward facing. Take a few breaths. Focusing on the posture and the breath. Couple more breaths. Then hinge forward into plank. Pause in plank. Try to hold it for a moment. Still breathing. And then carefully and as slowly as you can, if it feels okay, lower yourself down to the mat in chaturanga. And once you get there, you're going to reach back with your hands, lifting the chest off the mat, and then lift up with the glutes, the feet, the legs, raising the body up. And then lower it down. Inhale, bring yourself back up. Squeezing the shoulder blades together, really reaching back with the arms, using the glutes to lift the legs. Exhale down. You can do that again, or if you want to do the floor bow, you can, coming and reaching for the insides of the feet. And inhaling to lift, really kicking up with the feet to help pull the arms up and back. Keep breathing wherever you're at. And exhale, release. Take the right ear to the mat, arms coming out to a T. We're going to roll over the right shoulder, so you're going to use your left hand to push yourself up onto your side while the right arm is still extended. And only go as far as it feels okay. So if it's just a little bit of a twist, that's fine. Or if it's a big one, you can take your arm, the left arm back behind you, trying to find a good stretch on the shoulder. Keep breathing. Maybe trying to slow the heart rate down a little bit. As we gradually come into our cool down.
Then you're gonna come back towards center, taking the left arm out and switching the ear, coming to the left ear. And this time rolling over the left side, using your right hand to push you up onto your side. And finding the stretch that feels good on this side, which might be different than the other side. And then breathe. And then slowly find your way back to the center of the mat. Here, push back into child's pose. Big toes together, knees apart. Sinking the body down. And breathing down the spine, feel the air coming in. Trying to take it deep. Take another deep inhale, exhale breath. And let it go. Next inhale, you're going to slowly rise to the tops of your knees as we set up for camel. I'm going to brace the lower back with the hands. And then when you're ready, you're going to push the hips forward, lift the chest, stay active in the front of the body, keeping a good lift as you bend the back and try to look back toward the wall behind you. Keep breathing, shallow breaths. Then you're going to bend forward, slowly finding your way into child's pose or rabbit, crown of the head coming down to the ground if you're coming for rabbit. Reaching back for the feet, grabbing for leverage as you lift the hips up. Take a couple breaths in this pose if you're in rabbit. Then you can carefully lower the hips down into child's pose if you were in rabbit. And take a couple more breaths. And then next inhale, you're going to slowly come up to the tops of the knees again. We're setting up for another camel. You can do the same modified camel we did a second ago, or if it feels okay, you can try to reach for your heels. Again, staying active in the front of the body to protect the back, pushing hips forward, lifting up the chest, looking back behind you, and then slowly reaching for the ankles if it feels all right. Keep lifting though. And slowly bring it back up. And again, coming into rabbit or child's to undo that back bend and relax the back. And rabbit, go ahead and come into child's. Take a breath. And next inhale, you're going to slowly come forward, finding your way into a plank before pushing it up into a downward facing dog. Big breath here as you push up and back through the hips. The next inhale, take the right leg up and back for three-legged dog. And then bend that knee in towards the right wrist, finding pigeon on the right side. So right knee towards right wrist, leg at a slight angle. Hip square to the front of the mat, back leg extended. You can stay up tall, or you can slowly drop the body down if that feels good. And we'll take several breaths to just try to relax into your pigeon. Remembering to take the breath to wherever you feel tension, no matter what kind of tension it is, or where it's located on the body or the mind. Next inhale, you'll slowly start to come up. Gradually finding your way into a downward facing dog. Moving the right leg around if you need to, get the blood flow back on track. Keep breathing. We're going to do the left side. So next inhale, take the left leg up and back for three-legged, and then bring that knee in, finding your way into pigeon on the side, left knee, left wrist, leg falling at a slight angle, hips squared to the front of the mat, back leg extended. Again, staying up tall or coming down low, whatever feels good. And returning back to that breath. Staying for several breaths on this side. With the next inhale, you slowly start to come up. Gradually finding your way into your down dog. And moving the left leg around as much as you need to this time. Waking it back up. Remember to focus on posture and breath. And bend the knees. Look forward, hop or step to the front of the mat. Finding your way into the forward fold. Then inhale to come up halfway. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, big stretch up. Palms together down to heart center. As we set up for balancing poses. And start to ground down into the left leg. With an inhale, take the right leg up. Coming into a knee raise, try to find your balance. If you fall out, just find your way back. Should be a little bit challenging. If you want to go farther, you can open up to the side. Use your left arm as a counterbalance, stretching it out. Then if you want to extend the foot, you can try to grab the toes and extend. If you did that, go ahead and bring it back in. We're going to find a way into tree. So you plant the right foot on the left leg, anywhere along the left leg. It can be up high, it can be down low, you can even kickstand it. Whatever's just got that slight challenge for you for the balance and the open. And the arms can stay lifted, or they can come down to heart center, wherever you want it. And just breathe. Try to focus, finding a balance. Keep breathing. And start to bring that right knee forward. Kick the leg out, take the arms up. We're going to find our way into warrior three. So back leg comes back behind you, body comes into a T. Back foot flexed, arms extended. Then you can bring the arms down. And bring the leg down, forward fold, take a breath. Then inhale it up halfway. Exhale, take it down. Inhale it back up, big stretch. Then palms together down to heart center. As we set up for the other side, start to ground down into the right leg. Inhale to take the left knee up. Knee raise. And again, staying right here. If you want to open up to the side, you can do that. Counterbalance with your arm. Then maybe grab the big toes if you want to for quick extension. All totally optional. Then bring it back in. Plant the leg on you, coming into a tree. And this side might be different. Again, respect your body. Find where it feels good on this side. And arms lifted or down to heart center. You choose. Keep breathing. Keep lifting and focusing. Wherever your challenge is, just keep going to it. Playing with it. And bring that knee to center. Inhale, extend the arms up, kick the leg out. And start to swing it back, coming into that warrior three on this side, and body's coming into a T shape with back leg extended, arms stretching out. And then drop the arms down, drop the foot down, forward fold, take a breath. And inhale it up halfway. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, bring it up. Palms together, down to heart center. Take one more breath in mountain. Then inhale it up again. And this time, sink it down into toe stand. Hips coming to your heels as best as you can. Shoulders stacked over hips, hips over heels. Another balance challenge. Try to find your stability. Just for a couple breaths. Then we're going to have a seat. Just come down to the mat. We'll come straight into butterfly. So soles of the feet come together, knees go apart. And you can try to force the knees down a little bit gently with your elbows if you want to, if that feels good. And maybe inhale to extend the spine and exhale to drop the body down a little bit. Just finding a good stretch. Keep breathing. Take another big inhale, exhale breath. And next inhale, you'll come up. Bring the knees together, push the legs out in front of you, feet flexed. You're going to find your way into staff pose for a moment, making sure you're high up on the sits bones. Arms coming down by the sides. If you can't quite reach, you can use fists. Feet flexed. Shoulders pulling back. Take a breath. And And next, inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees as much as you need to make sure this is a gentle stretch on the hamstrings. You should just feel it just enough for it to be a stretch, but it should not hurt. Keep breathing. One more big inhale, exhale breath. And next, inhale, the body slowly comes up. And bring the right knee in and let it fall out to the side. Again, check, make sure you're still high up on the sits bones. And with the inhale, you'll take the arms up again. And exhale, fold over the left leg. If you need to bend it on this stretch, you can. Again, staying gentle. One more big breath. And then with your next inhale, you'll come up. Push the right leg back out, bring your left knee in, let it fall out to the side. Make sure you're high up on the sits bones before you inhale the arms up again. And exhale the stretch. Respecting how the stretch feels on this side of the body. One more big inhale, exhale breath. And inhale yourself back up. You'll bend this knee in, and we're going to try fire log real quick. So for fire log, you're going to have the legs kind of out in front of you. You can start with taking the right foot, placing it on the left knee. I'm not very flexible, so if you're up high, that's fine. Maybe you're supporting the leg a little bit to not overstretch. If this is too much, you can just do the cross leg if you want to. Looking for stretch on the thighs. Might feel it a little bit in your knee if you do, be careful. Just hold the pose for a second, breathing into the tension. Take 2 more breaths, targeting the area where you feel the stretch. Then we're going to switch. Put the right leg down in front of you and put the left leg or left foot on top of the left knee. Again, being careful with the stretch on this side. This one I actually feel like I could push a little bit versus the other side. But respect your body, find where it feels okay. You can always skip this if you want to. Take 3 big breaths. And we'll release. And plant the soles of the feet onto the mat, knees bent, as we set up for our boat pose. So watch out for your back. You can brace yourself with the hands and just lift the feet, or keep the feet on the ground and just kind of lean back with the hands if that feels okay. If you'd rather take the feet up and keep the arms up, you can. Take just a couple breaths here, activating that stomach muscle. Two more big breaths. And then we're going to extend, take the feet out in front of you, reach back behind you, get a big full body stretch, and then relax into the mat. Slowly start to bend the knees up, in towards the chest. And hug them in tight. Pulling the knees in. Maybe rocking side to side. Feel massage on the spine. And go ahead and release. Kick the feet up in the air for waterfall. Feet are flexed. Energy is shooting up through the legs and out through the soles of the feet to try to keep the legs straight. Take another big inhale breath, exhale breath. And start to bend the knees in towards the chest. Grab the outside edges of the feet, finding your way into happy baby. And again, rocking side to side if it feels good on the spine, or you can stay still and just work on the stretch by itself. Taking a couple more breaths. And release the feet back up into waterfall. Bend the knees back in toward the chest and plant the feet onto the mat, keeping the feet close to the body. You try to touch the tips of your fingers to the heels as we set up for bridge. When you're ready in bridge, feet are planted, you lift the hips up and squeeze the shoulder blades together. And if it feels all right, try to grab the hands underneath the body, squeezing the shoulder blades back together even more. And gradually lower the hips back down to the ground. Bring the knees back up into the chest. Take the arms out to a T. And we're going to get our twist. So take the knees over to one side. And you'll look over the opposite shoulder. Breathe. Try to relax into the twist, making sure it feels good, so adjust as much as you need to. And slowly start to bring the knees back towards center. Let the spine settle into the mat for a second. And then when you're ready, take the knees over to the other side. Look over the other shoulder. And slowly inhale the knees back up to center. Let the spine settle into the mat. Take a big breath. If you want to move the knees around a little bit, you can, or just stay still. You can take the feet up back into the air for waterfall. And we're going to find our way into Shavasana. So you can, if you want to, lower the feet down slowly, getting one more good ab workout. Or if you want to just place the feet down one at a time, whatever feels okay on the back. So be wary. And if you're ready, if this feels all right, we're going to lower the feet down. Again, trying to force the energy out through the soles of the feet, keeping the legs straight. Everything active as it lowers down. Taking your time as best as you can. And once you get there,
Relax everything. Shut down the eyes. Start to take a few more deep breaths. Taking the air deep down into the body as you start to relax and let go. And start with the forehead, making sure there's no tension in the forehead. Jaws unclenched. Shoulders relaxing into the mat. You feel the length of the mat on the spine. Hips and legs relaxed. Palms open to the sky, or maybe placed on the chest and stomach for grounding. Letting the breath slowly become more shallow. And relaxing the mind. Thoughts may try to enter. Go ahead and acknowledge them. They may be valid thoughts, but then you can let them go. This space is for you to be present where you are at right now on the mat. We'll be here for about 5 more minutes. So just try to relax, and I'll call you back once it's time.
Slowly start to deepen your inhale breaths, bringing awareness back into your body. You can start to bring small movements to fingers and toes, maybe circling wrists and ankles, before finding your way into a full body stretch. And after you've stretched, relax back down into the mat. And slowly start to bend the knees in towards the chest. You can roll over to one side in the fetal position, taking a moment there. And slowly push your way into a seated position, shutting down the eyes again if you open them. And take a couple more breaths together. Deep inhale, bring that air into the body. Exhale, let it go. One more big inhale breath. Feel that air. Take your time. Go slow. And then exhale it out. Take your time again. And the next inhale, bring the hands up. Palms together. And down to heart center. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste. Thank you again for showing up for yourself to practice yoga with me. If you can, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. The like button also helps me out. And then what would help us both out is if you would comment to tell me what you liked, what you'd like to see different in the future. Because that's what I need to know so that I can make stuff that works for y'all. And I can't wait to see you again next weekend. I hope y'all have a wonderful Saturday. Bye.